On this vote, the yeas are 216, the nays are 210. The resolution is adopted. Without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid on the table. The office of Speaker of the House of the United States House of Representatives is hereby declared vacant.
Hi there, thanks for joining us. I'm Mychael Schnell. For the first time in history, the House of Representatives voted to remove the Speaker of the House. A group of Republicans, led by Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz, yanked the top job in the House away from Kevin McCarthy. House Republicans Andy Biggs, Ken Buck, Tim Burchett, Eli Crane, Bob Good, Nancy Mace, and Matt Rosendale joined Gaetz and Democrats in the vote to oust McCarthy. Just hours later, McCarthy announced he would not run for Speaker again.
I do not regret negotiating. Our government is designed to find compromise. I don't regret my efforts to build coalitions and find solutions. I was raised to solve problems, not create them. So I may have lost a vote today, but as I walk out of this chamber, I feel fortunate to have served the American people. I leave the speakership with a sense of pride, accomplishment, and yes, optimism.
Congressman Patrick McHenry of North Carolina, an ally of former Speaker Kevin McCarthy, is now the temporary Speaker. McHenry will preside over the House for the time being, which will include the election of the next Speaker, likely next week. In this role, McHenry can only recess the House, adjourn the chamber, and recognize Speaker nominations. House reporter Emily Brooks joins us now with what we can expect.
After a chaotic day in the House and former Speaker Kevin McCarthy being ousted from the position, Patrick McHenry of North Carolina is the acting interim Speaker. He is a representative from North Carolina, longtime ally of McCarthy. The reason why he is the acting Speaker right now is there was a process instituted after 9/11 for continuity of government reasons where the Speaker will designate a list of a couple people to act in his place if there's ever a vacancy. And so his sole responsibility right now is just looking at the House, managing it as they work through the business of electing a new Speaker, because until then, there's not really much that the House can do until there is a new Speaker. So he has called for no votes for the rest of the week, and then on Tuesday, the House Republican Conference will be meeting to hear candidates talk about why they should be Speaker, and then on Wednesday, they will elect or try to elect a new Speaker. And exactly what's going to happen in those intervening periods and even next week is all up in the air. Members are very unsure about the path forward right now. As far as the candidates for who could be the next Speaker, Republicans have a lot to choose from. The most obvious choice is House Majority Leader Steve Scalise. He has announced that he is, in fact, seeking the speakership. He has already been making calls to members to gain that support. He has a lot of experience in the infrastructure that comes with that, but he also is battling blood cancer right now, getting treatment for that. But, of course, he's still running. Even despite that, he has said it is a very treatable form of blood cancer. And with that, House Majority Whip Tom Emmer is not running for Speaker, but instead seeking to move up in leadership, endorsing Scalise for the speakership, and then seeking to be Majority Leader. So there's going to be perhaps a shift in leadership there. But the wild card is other candidates who are not in leadership right now. Jim Jordan of Ohio, that first firebrand chair of the House Freedom Caucus when it was created, is also running for Speaker. He said that he thinks he can be the best coalition candidate, consensus candidate for the House, and he would be a more hardline conservative pick for Republican members than Steve Scalise. And so that could be the biggest battle. There are other names in the mix as well as Kevin Hern of Oklahoma, who is chair of the Republican Study Committee, which is a conservative caucus in the House. A bunch of other names being thrown out as well, including Jody Arrington of Texas, Mark Green of Tennessee. There's just a lot of uncertainty, and members right now are looking for either they're looking for either their speaker candidates to tell them how they would achieve fiscal responsibility, and some of them actually want a rule change as a condition of their support for speaker to make it so just one person cannot call to oust the speaker and avoid this chaos in the future.
All right, Emily Brooks at the Capitol, thank you very much.